I was sitting in a little mastermind group with a young man named Michael Rayburn. Mike Rayburn. If you don't know Mike Rayburn, he's somebody I look up to. He's a rock star in the speaking world. And he's somebody that, like Katrina was explaining, like I look up to, and sometimes our mentors early on, even though we become peers, there's something in you that still kind of keeps them up on that pedestal, like Mark and Michael to me. So I'm sitting there at this little mastermind. It was over at BJ's, about 1.5 miles from here. This is 2012. And we're talking about our dreams and what we want to accomplish. And Mike's like, so what do you really want? And I very sheepishly, and he will back this up, Mike, if you're watching, you'll remember this moment. I very sheepishly said, I'm kind of thinking, I just feel compelled to maybe write a movie about myself, about my story. It's a story I've been telling on stage for years, and I want to like create this movie, like Rudy like spoke to me, and then I said, but who am I to have a movie made about me? And I love Mike, and he's super nice and very cool to me. For the first time ever, he stood up, he got over the table, got right in my face and said, who are you not to? I was like, who? And I was feeling super insecure about that. And he got in my face, and then I was like, okay, well, who am I not to? So I made this conscious decision that I was going to start going to California to do some Toastmaster gigs, and since it's a drive away, and it could also build my list, and it could also let people know about my workshops. So once a week, if I wasn't booked, I would drive to California, set up a little event. So I do this, like this is like a week or two later. I do this, I'm in California, it's a group of Toastmasters. And there's this woman sitting in the audience that she looks vaguely familiar, but I can't place her, and I'm not really sure. And so I go there, I tell my story, how I went from chump to champ. And she comes up to me, and somebody's like, as she's walking up to me, somebody nudges me and says, do you know who that is? I was like, well, I don't really know, and that's and I was like, it's like an insider, Michael. I kid you not. That was my thought. It was an insider. So I walked up to her and I said, "Hi, my name is Darren. I'd like to like see what the process is for creating a movie, and like who would I find to write it?" And she said, "Well, it's funny you say that." She said, I came here to hear your story. I love hearing true life stories of people who go from nothing to a big success. I came here to hear your story." I'm like, excuse me? She said, "You're a good writer. I heard you tell your story. You need to write the script." She said, me and my husband, own a film company, and we make Hallmark movies. Whoa. I said, okay. I'm not asking you to do anything for me, but I would love you to give me guidance. What do I need to do? And she said, well, that's simple. She said, I read scripts all day long. And she said, the biggest problem with most film scripts is structure. She said, now maybe they'll need, in order to have a Hollywood movie company pick it up, you need to hit the plot points. And so she said, there's this book you need to get by a man named Sid Field. And Sid Field wrote a book called The Screenwriter's Workbook. This is that card. This card has been on my bladder. Okay.
We know what's on your mind.
on my blotter since that day. And she gave me her card, and she said she would read it if I ever finished. So it's been in there as my reminder.
Screenwriter's Workbook?
The Screenwriter's Workbook. Yes, the Screenwriter's Workbook. So she said you need to get that, and you need to read that and own it and start writing. A week later, Miss Patricia Fripp calls me, and she says, Darren, some of my writing friend Michael Haig and some of his buddies are putting on a conference. And it's going to be here in Las Vegas. Would you like to come with me? I don't know who Michael Haig is, but who else is coming? And she reads off the name. She said, well, let me see. John Truby, Linda Sager, Michael Haig, Christopher Vogler, and this guy Sid Field. The guy who wrote the screenwriter's book. I'm like, I'm there. I'd love to meet your friend, but Sid Field will be there. This, Michael, is my name tag and the book, the handout from that event that I met you at, where that picture was taken, that I showed you with Patricia Fripp. So I started in, I bought First Final Draft, which is a software to create screenplays that have to be in a certain format. I learned how to do it. I bought everybody's content. I bought everybody's book. I went through all of them. They said that you need to read Hollywood scripts. Michael Haig, I was listening to him. I was taking notes. Can I see it for 1 second? I'll give it back to you. I was taking notes. Like there was not enough paper in the world for me to take notes on. So I'm taking notes, I'm listening, I buy everything. They say buy scripts. You need to buy scripts. I found a place you can buy scripts. I was looking for my genre. I said I got Rudy, I got The Rookie, I got Blindside, all of the ones that were like true life Hollywood movies. So I dove in and I got busy and I worked on it and I stopped and I worked on it and I stopped and I worked on it and I stopped. And about a year ago or so, so this is many years, I asked Michael if Michael would keep me accountable. So I was like, if Michael Haig keeps the legend, you'll do it. So it was like, a month or so? He said, you can email me each day. I'm like, I can? So I emailed him every day how many minutes I sat down and wrote. And then every Sunday for the past 2 months, I've been driving to Lake Las Vegas, and there's a place there at the Westin that I love to write. So I've been working on it once a week. And again, 2012. And so I've been like, how am I an inspirational, motivational speaker if I'm not moving towards my next goal? How dare I? So 2 weeks ago, I told myself, Michael Haig is coming to town. Enough is enough. I went to my pool every single night. I put it on Facebook. I'm like, I'm writing because I had 80 pages. A script is 120 pages long. So I had 80 pages written. I'm like, I'm going to write 2 pages a day, and maybe someday I'll read 3 or 4. But I am going to get it done before Michael Haig gets here. Because he said, and I'm going to use the clean version, forgive me, but he said, you got to just finish your sloppy first copy.
I'll say the right one when I get up.
You will. I know you will. Your sloppy first copy, Debbie. You need to have it in order to edit it. By the way, several years ago when I came up with this idea, I told Mark Brown, and I was teasing and I was kidding around, and I said, Mark, who would play you in the movie? He didn't even hesitate. Denzel. I kid you not. Does that not happen?
It would be good.
Denzel. So when I was talking to Michael, I don't know if you even remember this, but I was talking to Michael in the hallway, and he said, look, everyone has a true life story that could be a Hollywood movie. Everyone does. The challenge is most people don't have the crescendo that the movie ends on. What's that visualization that then comes to life? What's that desire that then we can visually see? So Michael Haig and Mark Brown, I give you the first draft
this is so cool. First of all, when you hear, you all heard that story, but sometimes you hear a story with inside knowledge, and I kept thinking, is he going there? Is he going there? Is this what's going to happen? And also, it was very cagey because 2 days ago we were sitting together, and I said, "How's the script coming?" And he said, "Well, it's coming. I'm getting closer," but he didn't tell me he was done. So, congratulations.
Oh, he wants a picture.
This is a masterpiece. This is great.
Don't tell me I have some more
I
to do.
never saw this coming. I am so proud of you, man. This is awesome. This is great. This is fantastic.
So,
I know, where you going?
I thought it would.
hold yours up.
Yes, yes.
Here it is.
I got that. All right, over here.
Okay, my way. Am I in the script?
Michael.
This is Mike, right? Yeah.
Who's gonna play me?
Who's gonna play me?
We're still live. We're still live.
We know we're in there, right?
Got it?
Well, you're related, so.
Isn't that great Facebook? Isn't that cool?
Isn't that cool?
So,
Yeah.
Okay, one more picture of handing this to me. I wasn't posing. I was just
Oh, wait, I wanna get one.
Awesome.
That's great.
so
Wow.
thank you, my mentors, and
Wow.
Now what do you do with
it's,
it?
now I gotta go sell it. Well, so give me a couple days before I get the feedback, or I won't go fix it. So and
I'm
it's,
sure I won't have much to say.
I'm sure not.
Wow. Some light reading on the plane tomorrow.
anyway, so keep accountable, make it happen, listen to your coach, listen to your mentor, and thanks for being a part of my life.
Absolutely. Thanks for making